Hello, and welcome to English Speaking Corner. I am so glad you have found this quiet space to practice your English today. This is your time to focus on yourself, to breathe, and to build the confidence you need to speak in the real world. My name is Sarah, and I will be your guide for this session.
And hello, everyone. I am Mark. I am here to help you practice, to act as your conversation partner, and to help you test your new skills.
Today, we are going to talk about a feeling that almost every English learner knows, but very few people talk about openly. It is that moment of panic when a native speaker talks to you and they are speaking so fast that you cannot separate the words. You have studied hard, you know your vocabulary, you have watched hours of English videos, but in that split second, when the person in front of you is speaking at full speed, your mind goes blank. You freeze.
I know that feeling well, Sarah. It is the feeling of losing control. You start to worry that you look foolish. You worry that the other person thinks you do not speak English well. And usually, when this happens, most learners do one of two things. Either they just nod and smile, pretending to understand, which can lead to big mistakes later, or they apologize. They look down and say, "I am sorry, my English is bad."
Exactly, Mark. That phrase, "I am sorry, my English is bad," is something we want to eliminate from your vocabulary today. When you say that, you are telling the world that you are not ready. You are putting yourself down. But the truth is, you simply need a way to control the speed of the conversation. You do not need to apologize for learning. You just need the right tools to manage the interaction.
So today, we are going to teach you the safety script. These are 3 specific, polite, and powerful tools that act like a remote control for your conversations. With these phrases, you can press pause, you can press rewind, and you can confirm exactly what you heard. By the end of this episode, you will not just listen to a dialogue, you will have the muscle memory to handle fast talkers with total calm. Before we begin, if you want to feel more confident in your daily life, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are building a library of these calm, practical lessons to help you speak without fear. Now, let's take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and let's look at the first problem. Mark, I want you to imagine you are working at a train station ticket counter. It is rush hour. There are 100 people behind me in line. I am a tourist, and I come up to ask for a ticket. Show us what that usually sounds like in the real world.
All right, here I go.
Next, please. Yeah, heading where? London? Right, that'll be 4550 off-peak, platform 9, change at crew, keep your ticket for the barriers. Next.
Whoa, that was fast. And that is exactly what real life sounds like. Mark did not use difficult words, but he connected them all together. He spoke quickly because he is busy. If you are a learner, your brain is likely still processing the word London while Mark is already talking about the barriers. This is where the panic starts.
And this is where you need our first tool, the speed bump. You need a polite way to slow the other person down without being rude. Many students will say, "Speak slowly," or "You are too fast." But Mark, how does it feel when someone commands you to speak slowly?
It feels a bit aggressive, honestly. If you say, "Speak slowly," it sounds like an order. It might make me feel impatient. I am busy, remember? I have a line of people waiting.
Exactly. We want to be polite but firm. We want to ask for help, not give an order. So, the phrase we are going to practice is, "Could you speak a little slower, please?" Let's break that down. We use could you instead of can you because it sounds softer and more polite. And we add the words a little to make the request seem small. You are not asking them to change their whole personality, just to adjust a little bit.
Let's practice this. I am going to say the phrase, and I want you to listen to my intonation. It goes up slightly at the end to show it is a polite request. Listen. Could you speak a little slower, please? Now, Mark will say it, and I want you to listen to the rhythm.
Could you speak a little slower, please?
Now it is your turn. I will leave a pause. I want you to say this out loud. Imagine Mark is that busy ticket seller. Do not be afraid. Just ask politely. Ready? Speak. Very good. Let's try it one more time. Focus on the word could. Make it soft. Could you speak a little slower, please? Go ahead.
Excellent. Now, let's see how this changes the interaction. Mark, let's do the train station scene again. I will play the learner, and I want you to be just as fast and busy as before. When you finish, I will use the speed bump, and let's see how you react.
Okay, let's do it. Next, please. Where are you headed? Right, platform 9, change at crew, keep your ticket out.
Could you speak a little slower, please?
Oh, sure. Sorry about that. I said the train is on platform 9, you need to change trains at crew, and please keep your ticket for the gate. Did you hear the difference? The moment I asked, Mark changed. He paused between the sentences. He enunciated his words clearly. I did not have to apologize. I did not say my English is bad. I just managed the speed. This is your right as a speaker. You are allowed to ask for clarity.
This is such an important point, Sarah. Native speakers are not trying to confuse you. We often just forget that we are speaking fast. When you use the speed bump, you are actually helping us help you. You are making the conversation work for both of us.
Precisely. Now let's move to the second situation. Sometimes the problem isn't the speed. Sometimes it is the volume. Or maybe the person is mumbling. Or maybe a loud bus drove by just as they were speaking. You missed the key piece of information.
In this situation, the most common mistake learners make is saying, "What?" or simply, "What?" Mark, tell us about the word "what."
It is risky. If you say "what" with the wrong tone, it sounds very rude. It sounds like you are angry or that you do not care. It can make the other person feel defensive.
So we need a better tool. We need tool number 2, the rewind. We want to politely ask the person to go back and say it again. The phrase we love for this is, "Sorry, I didn't catch that."
I love this phrase. Sorry, I didn't catch that. It uses an idiom, to catch. Here it means to grasp or to hear. When you say, I didn't catch that, you are taking the responsibility gently. You are saying, my ears missed it. You are not saying, you speak badly. It is very polite and very natural.
Let's practice the pronunciation. Notice how the words link together. I didn't catch that. The T at the end of didn't often disappears or becomes very soft. Listen, I didn't catch that. Mark, let's hear you say it naturally.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Now, listener, it is your turn. Imagine you are on the phone and the line is a bit static. You missed the last sentence. Use the phrase. Ready? Speak.
Good. Try to make it sound casual. You are not in trouble. You just missed a word. Try it again. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Go.
Perfect. Now let's add a second option for the rewind, just so you have variety. You can also say, could you say that again, please? This is simple, classic, and always polite. Let's practice this one too. Listen to the melody. Could you say that again, please? Mark?
Could you say that again, please?
Your turn. Imagine your friend just told you a joke, but you missed the punchline because of a noisy car. Ask them to repeat it. Go.
Wonderful. Now let's simulate a situation where you need the rewind. Mark, imagine we are at a noisy coffee shop. You are the barista. You are asking me a question about my order, but it is loud, and you are looking down at the cash register.
Got it. Here we go. Coffee's on the bar? You want room for milk or sugar in that?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Oh, do you want room for milk or sugar?
See how easy that was? If I had just nodded and smiled, I might have ended up with a black coffee when I wanted milk. Or I might have stared at him in silence, which is awkward. By using the phrase, I kept the conversation moving.
And notice, Sarah, that I did not mind repeating myself. In fact, I spoke clearer the second time. The safety script is about making life easier for everyone.
Exactly. Now we arrive at the third tool. This is the advanced tool. This is for when you heard the words, but you are not 100% sure you understood the meaning. Maybe the grammar was complex, or the instructions were long. You think you know what to do, but you want to be safe.
We call this tool, number 3, the check. This is where you summarize what you heard to confirm it is correct. The phrase starts with, "So, you mean?"
This is a power move. It shows you are listening actively. It shows you are intelligent and engaged. You are not just a passive listener. You are confirming the details.
Let's say Mark is my boss. He is giving me instructions on how to lock up the office. Mark, give me some complicated instructions.
Okay, Sarah, when you leave, make sure the back lights are off, but leave the front lobby lights on. And don't forget to set the alarm code to 442, not 441 like last week.
Okay, that is a lot of information. Lights off, lights on, alarm codes. If I just say okay, I might make a mistake. So I use the check. I say, "So, you mean I should leave the lobby lights on and use code 442?
And I would say exactly.
By doing this, I prove that I understood, and I fix any doubts instantly. The structure is simple. "So, you mean?" followed by your best guess of what they said.
Let's practice the opener. So, you mean? Mark, demonstrate the intonation. It should sound like you are thinking.
"So, you mean?"
Your turn. Just the opener. Get ready to summarize. So, you mean? Speak.
Good. Now let's try a full check. Imagine Mark told you to meet him at the library, not the station. You want to confirm. You will say, "So, you mean we are meeting at the library?"
Try that. Go. Excellent. These three tools, the speed bump, the rewind, and the check, are your armor. When you have them ready, you do not need to be afraid of fast conversations. You know that if things get too fast, you can slow them down. If you miss something, you can rewind. If you are unsure, you can check. Now we are going to do something we call the pressure test. We are going to put all of these into a real-world simulation. We are going to go through a longer dialogue. Mark is going to play a few different characters. I want you to listen to him. Sometimes he will be too fast. Sometimes he will be unclear. I want you to choose the right tool and speak it out loud in the pause. I am not going to go easy on you this time. I am going to be realistic. I might be a busy receptionist or a fast-talking taxi driver. You need to listen to your feelings. If you feel that panic rising, use the tool. Do not apologize. Just use the tool. Are you ready? Let's begin. Scenario 1. You are calling to book a dentist appointment. Mark is the receptionist. He answers the phone quickly. Listen.
Dental practice, hello. We've got a cancellation at 3:30 or tomorrow at 9. Which one do you want?
Did you use the speed bump? He gave you 2 times very quickly. If you said, "Could you speak a little slower, please?" or "Could you say that again?" you did perfectly. Let's try it again. Mark, give us the response if they asked you to slow down.
No problem. We have an appointment today at 3:30 or we have one tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
Much better. Now scenario 2. You are asking a stranger for directions on the street. It is windy. Mark is helpful, but he mumbles a bit.
Excuse me? Yeah, the post office is just down there. Take a left at the big blue sign. You can't miss it.
That was a classic mumble. He turned his head away at the end. This was a perfect time for the rewind. Sorry, I didn't catch that. If you said that, you win. Mark, try again. Clearer this time.
Sorry, I said go straight and turn left at the big blue sign.
Great. Scenario 3. You are at work. Mark is a colleague explaining how to use the new printer. He explains it clearly, but it is complicated.
So you have to press the green button to wake it up, but then you must select paper tray 2 if you want the thick paper, otherwise it jams.
This is a perfect time for the check. You heard the words, but you want to be sure you don't jam the printer. You should say something like, "So you mean I must select tray 2 for thick paper?" Let's try one more, a bonus round. This is the hardest one. Mark is a delivery driver dropping off a package. He is in a rush, there is noise in the background, and he has a strong accent.
Sign here, mate. Need a signature on the dotted line and print your name below, yeah?
How did you handle that? You could use any tool here. You could say, sorry, I didn't catch that. You could say, could you speak a little slower? Or, if you think you understood, you could say, so you mean I sign on the top line? The choice is yours. The important thing is that you said something. You did not just freeze. You are doing great. This practice is how you build real confidence. It is not about knowing the dictionary definitions of words. It is about knowing how to handle the flow of human interaction. I want to talk for a moment about why this is so effective. When you apologize for your English, you create a dynamic where you are the student and the other person is the teacher or the judge. You give them power over you. You make the conversation about your language skills rather than about the topic, the train ticket, the coffee, the printer. But when you use the safety script, you stay an equal. You are just two adults having a conversation. You are facing a logistical problem, speed or noise, and you are solving it together. It changes your mindset from I am bad at this to I am managing this. That is a huge shift, Sarah. I have noticed that when non-native speakers use these phrases with me, I instantly respect them more. It shows they value the conversation enough to get it right. It shows confidence, and confidence is actually more important than perfect grammar. Absolutely. I would rather speak with someone who makes grammar mistakes but is not afraid to say, sorry, I didn't catch that, than someone who has perfect grammar but is too terrified to open their mouth. So, here is your mission for the next 24 hours. We call it the No Apology Challenge. For the next day, no matter what happens, you are not allowed to say, sorry, my English is bad. You are not allowed to say, I speak bad English. If you do not understand someone, I want you to use one of the tools we practiced today. If the clerk at the grocery store speaks too fast, use the speed bump. If your colleague mumbles, use the rewind. If you are not sure, use the check. Watch their reaction. You will see that nobody gets angry. Nobody laughs. They will just repeat themselves, usually with a smile, and the conversation will continue. You will realize that the pressure you feel is mostly in your own head. And remember, you can revisit this episode whenever you need a reminder. Treat this video like a gym for your speaking muscles. The more you shadow Mark and Sarah, the more automatic these phrases will become. Someday soon, you won't even have to think about them. They will just pop out of your mouth naturally when you need them. We really hope this session has helped you feel a little lighter and a little braver. English is a journey, and you are doing a wonderful job just by showing up and practicing. If you found this helpful, please take a moment to like this video. It helps other learners find this quiet corner of the internet. And tell us in the comments, which of the three tools, the speed bump, the rewind, or the check, do you think you will use the most? I love reading your stories. Thank you for practicing with me, Mark.
It was my pleasure. Great job, everyone.
And thank you for trusting us with your English practice. Put on your headphones, go out into the world, and remember, you do not need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Until next time, keep speaking, stay calm, and believe in yourself. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.